Hello and welcome. So today in our daily video, we have this article in the travel section in the BBC website, Sweet Temptation, Istanbul's beloved brothel dessert. So temptation, it is when you are tempted to do something, and usually this thing is not very good or healthy, and it's bad for you, but you are really tempted to do it. You want to do it. A brothel. A brothel is a place where usually men go and pay money to get some sexual services from women. So here we have this picture of a Halka Tatlısı tower, the ring desserts. Found on every corner and renowned as one of Istanbul's favorite and oldest street foods, Halka Tatlısı has long been associated with the city's seedier side. Found on every corner, found everywhere, renowned, famous, associated, like connected with, or associated with, linked with. So we can say associated, linked, connected. Seedier side. When something has a seedier side, so it's not very respectful. It's not something that people like you to see them doing. So you can say the dark side. As I entered the grand arches of Istanbul's Mısır Çarşısı, Egyptian bazaar, considered by many locals to be the city's greatest marketplace, I was hit by a heady aroma of spice and kaleidoscope of color. Heady aroma. So, like how in cartoon when there is this nice aroma or smell that intoxicates you, it takes you away, like it comes and slaps you on your face and takes you by the nose so you can follow this aroma. uh, Moving with the current of busy shoppers sifting through a sea of produce. Current here, this is a noun. So when we say the current, we are talking about the movement of people like a wave. So a water current or a water wave through a sea of produce, a sea of merchandise and items. I spilled out on the market's back street where carts of stuffed mussels and barrels of stringed cheese sat alongside piles of pistachio. Piles when you mount things above each other, so it becomes a big pile. We can also say lot. Rosebud tea and bright pink olives. Transfixed by these treasures, I drifted dreamlike until I spied. Spy here when you see something with your eye. Usually, when we were children, we played this game. I spy with my little eye. Something starts with the letter C, for example. And then you should guess, what did I spy? What did I see? Beaconing beneath a pastry shop glass, I spied the storied sweet. Storied here, so it's like a story here that means floor. So they are placed above each other like a tower, like we see here in the pictures. So it became like a building of Halka Tatlısı. Halka Tatlısı ring dessert in English is one of Istanbul's favorite and oldest street foods, found on every corner and said to help restore one's vigor. Of course, we studied vigor before. It means power, something that rejuvenates you and gives you energy. But you will notice here that we have a U extra. This is usually the difference between British English and American English. So, American English color, COLOR. British, COLOUR. So, this is the same. So vigor here, G-O-U-R. After hours spent walking the busy streets, the circular dough that is deep fried to a golden brown and soaked in syrup. When you soak something, so there's a liquid and you put it inside and then take it out. So it is soaked. Uh, has been associated with the city Cedar side, and it is that connotation that gave rise to its local name of the brothel dessert. It's known as a natural Viagra, said Turkish celebrity chef and restaurateur Somer Severoğlu, explaining its cheeky nickname to me. When something is cheeky, so it's like a slang. We sometimes say, uh, cheeky. You put a tongue in your cheek. So you say, this is a cheeky comment. Uh, we all know that Turkish people have always been very smart businessmen. And what is the best way to sell anything you want? Just tell people it will give you more sexual power, and suddenly people start buying it like crazy. So they would tell people, well, this is good for your sexual prowess, and then it's sold in a minute. Halka tatlısı was traditionally sold in Karakoy within the Beyoğlu district on Istanbul's European side, the historical waterfront neighborhood. Formerly known as Galata, is positioned at the northern end of the Golden Horn, the main inlet of the Bosphorus Strait that has served as a shipping passage since Byzantine times. And this is the beautiful view, which you can see for Karakoy. Originally a colony of Genoa's merchants, traders, businessmen, Karakoy became home to various different immigrants, from the 13th century onwards. It means starting from the 13th centuries to the 14th and so on, including a large population of Sephardic Jews. When Ottoman Sultan Bayezid II invited them to settle here following their expulsion from Spain in 1492. As a busy port, increasingly industrialized Karakoy also became a hub for prostitution. Prostitution, it is when women offer sex for money. And in 1884, when a new regulation legalized Istanbul's first brothels, this red light district, the red light district is usually an area where brothels are allowed to work. Originally intended for foreign visitors, continued to thrive for the next 137 years. When something thrives, so it becomes better and better and more successful, and so it was a thriving business, a successful business. Even though the brothels have closed, you still see a lot of halka tatlısı vendors hanging around this area. Vendors, like sellers, hanging around this area. They are still in this area. Being cheap, delicious, and high in sugar, the ring dessert became popular here because it's said that it gave men the energy they needed before and after visiting the working women. Okay, so I will put the link of the article for you in the video description. It's a very nice read, and I'll see you in other daily videos.